let's dig into the Jeffrey Epstein case and what it might reveal about our media. So a big question has come up. Why didn't Epstein's links to powerful Israeli figures get more attention?
And we're not talking small connections. Israel's former prime minister, Ehud Barak, was a documented visitor. Epstein also funneled money to pro-Israel groups, some tied to the military and settlement building.
But this goes way beyond Epstein. It raises a bigger question about media standards for Israel versus Russia.
Okay, let's take a really tough example, the bombing of hospitals.
When Russia bombed a hospital in Ukraine, the New York Times headline called it a deadly barrage.
But for a Gaza hospital, the headline framed it as a tragic mishap, quoting Israel's prime minister.
And this pattern goes beyond just headlines. It's also in how official government messaging gets reported.
In Israel, this is called hasbara, which is just the Hebrew word for explanation.
But that word choice seems to matter. Russian messaging is called propaganda. Hasbara is often treated differently.
Here's the thing, though. The source material argues that, despite the labels, the tactics are pretty similar.
Take a look. Both countries frame their military actions using specific, defensive-sounding language.
This apparent inconsistency also shows up in how their international influence is scrutinized.
Russian influence, through things like energy, trade, and security, is often put under a microscope.
But with Israel, influence through intelligence sharing and tech partnerships seems to get a lot less heat.
Okay, so what's the takeaway here? Well, it's not about defending one side or attacking the other.
Instead, it's a call for journalism to have one consistent standard for everyone involved.
Because when those standards seem to shift, powerful people get to dictate the narrative.
And that leaves the rest of us arguing over sides instead of asking the much bigger questions. Which brings us back to the start. Why are we focused on what this reveals about power, misogyny, and abuse?